Is there no place for his thoughts on race? It's time for another edition of
Is This Racist?
All right, here we go. Yep, over there. Okay, Opie and Anthony co-host Anthony Cumias was fired by SiriusXM last week after he posted a bunch of tweets following a fight with a black woman in Times Square.
We've all been there. that reminds me of the prom. Did they have a limo and apple cider, sparkling apple cider?
I don't know. Well, continue reading those, Sherrod.
Right, go ahead, Greg. I forgot this is a television program.
Yes, exactly. All right, Cumias, who has appeared many times on this very program, gently described the encounter on Twitter. So I'm taking pictures in NYC, and a black girl who was in frame punched me in the face. I called her an effing, and I liked how he used the swearing thing there, but he spelled out effing, because that's what she was. Then she punched me 5 more times. She's lucky I was a white legal gun owner, or she'd be dead. Then 5 blacks started giving me the S word. I told them to back the F off. That wasn't theirs. This wasn't their show. The phrase I can't use. Then punched me again. Seems white boys don't hit back. Lucky savage. He went on.
Oh, I didn't even read it.
Yeah, you didn't read it? They aren't people. It's a jungle out there in the cities after midnight. Violent savages own the streets. They all came to defend this pig. I had to yell at like at dogs. The automatic jump to violence in that community is astounding. No discussion, just violence. When will that be addressed? Oh, right, never. Slavery did it? Oh, okay. Anyway, SiriusXM called the tweets, quote, racially charged, hate-filled, abhorrent, and then they canned him. Cumias fans are furious and have started a boycott Sirius movement. Said one, quote, stop firing people for being themselves. That's great, because that is really Cumias. It is Cumias.
You make the point, though. I mean, how shocked was Sirius, really? This sort of reminds me of the NAACP and the NBA's reaction to Donald Sterling.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, this guy's been behaving like this for a long time. They've been playing with fire for a long time. I find it hard to believe that they were truly shocked.
He's right. It can't be shocking that the owner of the Los Angeles Clippers plantation turned out to be a racist.
Well, Sherrod, you know, Mr. Cumias, you've done Opie and Anthony. I believe you've been involved in some of the
We shared holidays together at Amy Schumer's mother's house on Long Island.
Really?
That's a true story.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
First
Were
of
you
all,
deeply hurt by these tweets?
First of all, I was hurt by it because it was actually me dressed up in a wig who attacked Anthony, and I apologize for that. My thing went too far. I tried to punk him.
Yes.
You know what? First of all, if you're a grown man and you get into any kind of altercation, don't go to Twitter after.
Yes,
because nobody's going to have your back. That's not a man thing to do.
Yes.
And I love Anthony, but don't stay off it. What are you going to Twitter for? Guess what, Twitter? I got into a fight. What? That's not what. Go get a beer and relax.
Save it for the show.
Save it for No, that's actually a good point, Joanne, that if he had just waited till...
It's about your audience.
Yeah.
You know, you need to know your audience, and unfortunately, the Twitter audience, it's full of trolls, and everyone's just looking for you to mess up. They're looking for something to prey on because they want to feel more powerful by making you feel weak.
And another thing, don't bring up the fact that you have a gun when you're fighting a woman. Just saying. Nobody's going to say, hey, you should have pulled the gun out on that girl.
No, there were people who said that.
Animals?
Well, just
on a girl, it's just not a good thing to be. I love Anthony, but he should have saved it for the show.
He said he didn't hit back, though.
Don't go to Twitter at all. Twitter's not your friend.
Well, let me ask you this, Jason. He got hit a couple of times, and he's claiming that he's the victim because the person that hit him is more sympathetic to him. But should he have called the cops? Or
Yes. If he felt he was in danger, I mean, guys calling cops when girls hit them,
yes.
It's better than losing a job.
But to be fair, he did say that 4 or 5 guys actually kind of jumped in afterwards.
Yeah.
So.
911. Even when he saw the black girl, he should have said 911 and waited for her to
I can't defend the language.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's pretty indefensible. Also, we have to remember he has no right to a job at Sirius. This is not a free speech issue. Free speech is about the government.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I can say something that could get me fired from my job tomorrow. It's true of everyone sitting here.
Yeah, I know.
Can you get fired for things that Sherrod says?
Yes.
I'm going to try. But okay, this is the first case, Greg. I'll tell you this. Yeah. This shows me how much O&A those fellas miss Patrice O'Neal. Because he would have just called Patrice, and Patrice would have talked them through it. The lack of a black friend on the scene is going to mess up a white dude's life.
All right, Andy, the argument for, this is not a free speech issue, it's a free market issue.
Yeah, well, that's true.
It is true, but would it have worked in reverse? If it were a black radio host and it was a white group of people, would they have fired him? Would they have used that free market idea or free market defense?
Yeah, probably not.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
If a black dude was hitting a white woman?
No.
What are y'all talking about?
No, you weren't listening to me.
I heard you said if it was flipped.
Yes, if it was a black DJ, if it was a black DJ
and a white woman that he was hitting on.
No, the white woman hit him, and then 5 white guys came after him.
How do you think that's going to play out?
No, I'm not. That's my point. That was my question. I was asking Andy.
Yeah, but the dude, Anthony Cumias, in that case, would have got arrested because there's a white woman. That's my point to you.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, we went through that period. It's called Reconstruction.
Yes.
Jim Crow.
Yes.
We had decades of this.
That's the interesting thing about Anthony Cumias is that he lives as if certain movements have never happened.
Right, but why is he walking through Times Square? That's your biggest problem right there. You're supposed to avoid it at all costs.
Yeah, you're a New Yorker. What are you doing in the first place?
Yeah, taking pictures in Times Square. The only people who do that are Germans. Yeah. And it's always of dog poo.
Yeah, and Al-Qaeda when they're planning.
Yes, that's true.
When Al-Qaeda planning, you see him out there.
I don't know.
Look,
go ahead.
I think when we all saw the tweets the night he did it, and my first reaction was, okay, he's going to be the one guy that doesn't apologize.
Yes.
Because he doesn't apologize. And my second thought was, I wonder if they're going to can him for this because of where he did it. The problem is, and this is what I want to know from Sirius is, would they have fired him if he said those exact same things on the show?
Right.
Because he pretty much has been for years.
True.
That's true.
And they not only didn't seem to care, they kept re-signing him.
Yeah.
So there's some kind of disconnect there. And also, this whole week, they're airing Best of Opie and Anthony show with Anthony on it.
Yeah.
So one minute you're calling him hate-filled and abhorrent, the next minute he's on your air this whole
Could
week.
we be headed for a Duck Dynasty repeat here?
I think we could,
Right?
yeah.
Then the Duck Dynasty marathon come right after he said the remarks?
Yeah.
You know what? The first thing I did when I heard about this, I called Jim Norton and I said, "What can I do to help quell this?"
Yeah.
Because I know the landslide's coming.
Yes.
And Jimmy,
And he said,
wait, it's holiday.
Sleep
So
with
wait
me.
till Monday. He said, just film on this.
The second thing you said was, is there going to be a job opening?
Yeah, that's true. Can I help out by taking Anthony's place? Do you think that this is all theater? The fact that they have been, Opie and Anthony have been talking about, basically, they're raging no apology. That's their movement, no apologies.
Right.
Could this all be
no apology, though.
elaborate?
A ruse.
A ruse, yes.
I don't think Anthony should apologize for it. What are you apologizing for?
Yeah.
What are you apologizing for? For being you stopped?
Well, and now he says
apologies.
he's going to do his own show from his basement.
Yes.
That sounds really exciting.
When you got a podcast that starts with 1 million listeners?
Yeah, he's been doing that for a
No,
while.
but I mean, I do hope it's a ruse because, in terms of his career, I would want it to continue on. You know,
It's gonna be great if he does that.
Yeah.
That's a lot of listeners coming into a podcast. Mark Maron ain't got that. He got a TV show from that dumb podcast.
Yeah.
I can say it. I'm an a-hole.
Yeah. But okay, if something is on Twitter, does it hurt anyone? Does it hurt anyone? No.
It hurt Anthony.
It hurt Anthony. And that goes back to what Tom Shalhoub said. The only person that gets in trouble for racially charged remarks are the person who makes the racially charged remarks. I mean, it doesn't really hurt anybody except the person who says the things.
Well, let's test that theory. I'll get on Twitter right now and say some outlandish stuff.
I like the hand movement.
I can say whatever I want. When you got nothing to take, people leave you alone.
That's true.
And when you're a comedian.
Well, that's it. Okay, that's the other thing. See, you know what I liked? And then we got to take a break. I liked it when Joan Rivers walked off of CNN.
Oh, that was terrific.
Yes.
Frederica was out of pocket, and Joan was great to call on it.
Yeah, she said, I'm a comedian, and and I'm supposed to be mean, and I'm supposed to do this stuff. And she got up and she left, and I thought it was beautiful.
Speaking of CNN, didn't Roland Martin get in trouble for some Super Bowl tweets?
Yes, it was about soccer, and he said basically soccer was something along the lines of a gay sport or something.
See, that's going too far. In America, soccer is just a game that we let our 12-year-old daughters play. It's not gay. It's just for little girls. Go Yanks.
Go Yanks. Well, I'm glad we offended some people. There will be no apologies for charades because... No. You won't even remember this.
What? Remember what?
Yeah, there you go. Punched me in the face. I called her an effing, and I liked how he used the swearing thing there, but he spelled out effing because that's what she was. Then she punched me 5 more times. She's lucky I was a white legal gun owner, or she'd be dead. Then 5 blacks started giving me, posted a bunch of tweets following a fight with a black woman in Times Square.
We've all been there. That reminds me of the prom. Did they have a limo and apple cider, sparkling apple cider?
I don't know. Is there no place for his thoughts on race? It's time for another edition of
Is This Racist?
All right, here we go. Yep, over there. Okay, Opie and Anthony co-host Anthony Cumias was fired by Sirius XM last week after the S word. I told them to back the F off. That wasn't theirs. This wasn't their show. The phrase I can't use. Then punched me again. Seems white boys don't hit back. Lucky Savage. He went on.
Oh, I didn't even read it.
Yeah, I'll continue reading those, Sherrod.
This is a television program.
Yes, exactly. All right, Cumias, who has appeared many times on this very program, gently described the encounter on Twitter. So I'm taking pictures in NYC, and a black girl who was in frame